There are several amendments to the agenda for this evening. The first is that under certificates of appropriateness, one of the items was placed on the agenda in error. There was no certificate of appropriateness needed, and that would be what is currently listed as COA 09038-H, which is in fact 09036-8, and this was not actually up for a COA consideration. So there's only one there. The second item which is being removed from the agenda this evening, is the proposal for cameras for the police station. And I'll tell you the reason for that. The newly constituted police committee met with Chief Tony on Thursday of last week and discussed with him the need for more detailed proposal for the necessary cameras and monitoring within the police station. We asked for everything that would be required in order for us to consider purchasing the camera and the monitoring systems that were needed, and asked him to put this together. Because he needs a little more time to get all the necessary quotations and the specifications into as complete a form as possible, he asked to have this item postponed till February. So we will be considering that proposal in February. A third item that's added to the agenda is there will be an additional set of minutes for review and approval, and those are for the November 17th, 2009 council meeting. Are there any other amendments to the agenda? Under President's report, I'd like to make some comments about some changes to running the meetings. As was brought up at our last meeting, this council has not accepted any rules of order or bylaws. In fact, the previous council didn't have any either, so we had nothing that we could vote to accept at our reorganization meeting. So for this meeting only, you will notice that there are two public to be heard items. The first is early on, and that public to be heard is to address items which are on the listed agenda. So the public has an opportunity to weigh in on those items prior to their consideration by council. The second public to be heard at the end of the meeting is for items not on the agenda, and this is an opportunity for the public to come and present on items that are there. There are two items on our agenda this evening for which new materials will be presented both to council and to the public. And those are the discussion of Stocking Works 2 and the possibility of a Newtown State store, and the discussion regarding the Newtown Corporation. And because these two items will be presenting new information to all of us, there will be an opportunity for the public prior to a vote. I'm also working on developing rules of order and bylaws for the council. And I would like actually to have two members of council volunteer to assist me with this so that we can address this as soon as possible in February. So if you all could let me know if you're, John, you're interested?
Yes, I would.
Anyone else interested in assisting me?
I'd be happy to do it.
Okay. All right. So we will be working on those for presentation to council in February for
So,
discussion.
with the understanding, tonight's meeting, they'll be able to speak prior to the voting on the two issues?
Yes.
And
yeah.
then by next meeting, we'll have the bylaws? Is that what we want to do? Or just follow the same rule as these until we...
Well, my plan is that we would have something at least in draft form for consideration at the work session, and then we can adopt the rules and the bylaws if we feel we're ready in February and go forth from that point on.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I don't have any additional correspondence at this time to share.